Last year, Governor Rick Scott and our Florida legislative leaders launched an all-out assault on women and families. They introduced 18 dangerous and invasive anti-choice bills, legislation to hinder a woman's access to health care and her ability to decide what was in her best interests. 5 of those measures passed. It was unconscionable. Scott and the legislature were elected to create jobs and strengthen a faltering economy. They didn't. They paid lip service to attracting jobs and focused on attacking women's reproductive freedom and choices. And now this year they're at it again. 8 measures to curtail access to women's health care have already been introduced, and the session just started today. They're not wasting any time. We cannot tolerate more legislation that promotes government interference with women's bodies while doing absolutely nothing to help women prevent unintended pregnancies or help women stay healthy. Yeah. Scott and our legislative leaders crow about there being too much government interference in people's lives. There's too much government regulation, they shout. Yet, when it comes to women, they introduce bill after bill after bill that allows the government to regulate our choices and interfere with our health care and our right to be healthy. Last session, they even regulated our uteruses by passing the intrusive ultrasound bill. Do we want this for the women of Florida? No! In addition, Florida legislative leaders and Governor Scott are doing everything they can to deny Floridians the benefits of the new health care reform law. Ladies and gentlemen, the new health care law, the Affordable Care Act, represents the greatest single advance in women's access to health care in 45 years. It includes expanded access to care for millions of women. Did you know that under the Affordable Care Act, preventive reproductive service will be covered at no cost to the patients? This includes birth control at absolutely no cost. But Scott and the legislature don't want women to have this. If these legislative leaders get their way, women will be uninsured, medical discrimination against women will be legal again, and women will once more be forced to pay more for health care and get less for their health care dollars than do men. And women and others will once again be denied medical insurance for so-called pre-existing conditions. Do we want this for the women of Florida? No! At Planned Parenthood, we believe health care is a basic human right, one that should be dispensed freely and without judgment to every person, regardless of race, gender, class, sexual orientation, or age. No matter if they are insured or not, women who want to stay healthy should have the means to do so. Yeah. Planned Parenthood believes that Floridians are fed up with Tallahassee playing politics with our lives. Won't you join us in calling for the end to this war on women here in Florida? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to make our voices heard. It's time to barrage our governor and legislative leaders with our outrage. For the next 8 weeks, we must inundate their offices with our messages. Stop the war on women. Start creating jobs for all Floridians. End the endless number of bills aimed at curtailing women's rights. Yeah. Start supporting constructive measures that will give more women access to the health care of their choice unfettered by intrusion from the governor and the legislative leadership. It's time to act. It's time to cry out, to make noise. It's time to awake the state. Thank you.